would you describe your perfect journey? Does it begin with the Airbus A350, with its distinctive cockpit windows and sleek wingtips? Is it in the comfort and privacy of your own personal Q suite?
Is your perfect journey one where you saw the blue skies in a greener way? The A350 uses less fuel than the A380, reducing CO2 emissions, making it a more environmentally friendly option.
Is your perfect journey a breath of fresh air? One where the air is filtered and replaced every 2 minutes, ensuring you can breathe easy? Does it have perfectly curated lighting, helping to reduce jet lag from a long flight?
Is your perfect journey a connected one? Experience complimentary Wi-Fi throughout your entire flight.
So, why fly on yesterday's plane when you can have the perfect journey on tomorrow's? The Qatar Airways A350. Newer, greener, better.
Support, nakukuha natin kagad yung bola. Careful, be careful. Roommate mo yan. Ay nako. Good. Now you're watching again. Ball watcher again. Good one, Carlo. Good one, Sam. Yan, Alin. That's the way, Alin. Nor, get 12 feet. Press. Now follow. Pulas.
Abu, agad.
Good play, good play. Don't be ball watcher. Check man, check ball. Out. Go, tara, press. Allen. Press, Allen. Be careful, Nor, be careful, ha. Now, find opponent. Time. Water.
I'm Nick Jacob and I support Jason Panay and Kaya FC, support local football.
Hi, I'm Clyde. I support Christian Runtini of ADT, support local football.
Hi, this is Al Joseph Tagakay. I support Jarvie Gayoso from Pascal's development team, and yes, support local league.
I am Luke Trasporto and I support Joven Bedic and Kaya FC Iloilo. Support local football, Una, Kaya.
I'm Pancho Dizon and I support Joven Bedic at Kaya Football Club. Support local football.
I am Zendro. I support Seven Shock and United City FC. Support local football.
I am Kaysarin Bernal and I support Nelson Manangan Gasik from Stallion Laguna FC. Laban Manong.
I am June Ayon Dedel and I support Anton Del Rosario and Maharlika Manila FC. Support local football.
Hello, I am MJ Capalar and I support Ascos development team. Support local football. More power, PFL. Peace.
Hi, I'm KL Tamiya and I support Stefan Schrock and United City Football Club. Support local football.
Hi, this is Renato Agura Jr. I support Jerry Barbaso of Maharlika Manila FC. Support local football. Go PFL.
I am Prince Moane, and I support Shrocky and the United City Football Club. Support local football.
I am Kurt Allen de Ramas and I support Anton Del Rosario of Maharlika Manila Football Club. Support local football.
I am Kayla Janine Sevilla and I support Cedric Martinez Hodriel and Maharlika Manila FC. Support local football.
Hi, I am Sian Gabriel Egalsim and I support the whole squad of Kaya FC. Support local football. Una Kaya.
I am Gabo Aguilar and I support Ruben Doctora from Sayan Laguna FC. Support local football.
Hi everyone, I'm Carl David Soriano and I'm supporting Jelsor Soriano of Kaya Football Club Iloilo. Support local football.
Good luck Maharlika FC. Tondo FC supports you. Sugod Maharlika.
Good luck Maharlika FC, supporting all the way from Bulacan. Keep safe everyone.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
What's your Philippines football?
From Dubai.
Is more fun?
Now that you're in it. Sugod Maharlika.
Let's go Maharlika Manila FC. We can defy the odds. Sugod.
I support Maharlika Manila FC. Sugod!
Hi, Nino Jay. Congratulations. And you see XC, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.
Punished for it, Kaya FC with the opener. Kenshiro Daniels burned him for pace. Great hitter. Third goal for UCFC. And the lethal tandem of UCFC. Bienvenido Manuel as well as Robert Lopez down into the scoreboard for that goal. Bienve. Hits the crossbar and a lovely weighted pass or a lovely weighted shot into the path of Robert Lopez Mendy. Busy. I like this crazy stuff. That one. When you have patience, Jing, there's the first goal! Lovely ball from Montelibano! 1-0! Maharlika Manila's first goal in the Philippines Football League, tucked away by Jose Montelibano. Great pass. Boyer wide open. Touch and strike that son. Goal for Maharlika Manila! His first chance, and they've taken the lead. Wow. Substitute Jeremy Doyer has put Maharlika Manila in front.
The 2020 Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways, has already been decided. United City FC are your champions, and this was slated to be the final matchup between Kaya FC and United City. That was supposed to be for a title, but still, Kaya slipped up, and United proved how ruthless they were. Quality champions, the gold standard of Philippine football. Now, still, the match will still go on, and Kaya fighting for more than pride here, wanting to show everyone that they have what it takes to beat the best in the Philippines. My name is Paulo De Rosario, alongside Darren Hartman, calling this game for you, and it's said to be a fantastic night celebrating football here in the country. For such a long time, Darren, not a lot of people thought the PFL bubble would get going, but here we are. Tonight, we crown the champions, and we close out this particular day with possibly the matchup everyone has been waiting for.
Yeah, this is the game that everyone's been waiting for, and we say that the league may already be won, but it hasn't yet been decided between United City and Kaya who is the best team of this year, because this is their first time they're going to meet. They're very competitive. Kaya will not be happy with the way that the league table is looking currently, and they will want to leapfrog the Ascal's development team and at least be within a point of United City. And of course, United City will be looking to maintain their unbeaten record. And just look at the number of goals that have been scored. Unbelievable.
When we talked about them being ruthless, all you have to do is look at the goal difference, as Aaron mentioned there, to show just exactly why. Well, this United City FC team will be fielding a bit of a different lineup here today, at least compared from what we're used to. As we take a look at their record so far, we talk about their dominance, and you have to look at that Manjola and the Maharlika Manila game for evidence of that. 16 goals unanswered before having a goal conceded against Stallion, and yet they scored 7 against them in what was the title clincher.
Yeah, there's only been a couple of teams that have been able to hold United City relatively close. Stallions doing so for a valiant 45 minutes only a few days ago. And of course, Kaya will be hoping to open up United City's defence if they can today with a changed side.
Stefan Schrock is our man to watch today, and with Schrocky, he cast doubts on his future with UCFC in an interview last night on a crossover podcast. And with Stefan Schrock potentially making his last appearance for United, well, that's a story that writes itself, really. But with Schrocky in the middle, despite this heavily changed lineup for United, you have to feel that he will be the creative cog of this team.
Yeah, I think one of the things about football is that nothing is ever certain, and I know that people do scream for loyalty. However, isn't it part of football that we get excited about big transfers, both in and out? Whatever the future holds for this man, he has done a huge job for United City, and of course continues to do so for Philippine football. But he won't be thinking about any of that today. He'll be thinking about his present and making sure that himself and his team go out and get 3 points against this Kaya side today.
We talk about the changed lineup for this UCFC team. So you have a change keeper in Badelec coming in for Pintus, and then you have Pochola Bugas playing at the top. So a lot of changes here, but still so much talent for this United team.
Well, there's a lot of talent because all of the players have had good experience, both at national team level and, of course, outside of the country. It's still an exceptionally strong 11. Of course, Pocholo Bugas, who come through the FEU program, also featured in the latest SEA Games. Only 18, 19 years old, born in 2001. Just goes to show that he's going out there to prove himself and hopefully establish himself ready for the next time that United City go out and play in the future.
Well, with a much changed lineup means that the bench is loaded for United City. Of course, if you need gold all of a sudden, hey, call in Lopez Mendy, call in Marañon, call in Pika Minigeshi. So many choices here for this United team.
Yes, it's incredible to see the amount of depth that United City have. On any day, the 11 that they're putting out could probably get a result. But if things are not working out for them, just look at the amount of talent and the amount of experience they have on their bench. I mean, even if they need the extra work in the middle, Maniot on the bench is a luxury that not many clubs will be able to afford to have.
Kaya FC Iloilo, the team that is hungry for a good end of their season, will try and get it against United City. If you look at their results here, the unfortunate result of drawing Stallion and Mendiola really cost them the title.
Yeah, I think where they would be disappointed is with the number of goals that they've scored. We just saw a similar screen with United City's results, who have managed to score 24 goals. However, Kaya have really been reduced to only scoring 3 goals so far in this competition, and I think by Kaya FC's standards, that's probably not what they were expecting.
United City against Kaya was supposed to be the title decider. Fortunately, that's not the case here. But if you look at the Kaya FC lineup, you look at Dylan De Broyka, and he will be one of the creative cogs. I mentioned that about Stefan Schoch on the other side for this Kaya team. So with Dylan De Broyka, you have someone who's dynamic moving forward and also still has an eye for goal.
Yeah, De Broyka's a good player. Slightly surprising for me that he was left on the bench. Tactically, yes, I agree with that, but he was left on the bench for a long time against Mendiola, which means he's probably hungry to play. That's exactly what you want from your hard-working midfielders. And of course, with a player like Dylan, he's always capable of getting himself on the score sheet, which is exactly what Kaya FC will be needing tonight.
Well, Kaya FC need the goals, and we take a look at their starting lineup now, and it is possibly their strongest starting lineup that they can come up with. Again, still trying to end this season with a flourish, with something to smile about. United City have not been defeated in the league for quite some time, even going back to their Ceres days. So to tack on their first defeat would be a feather on their cap.
What's interesting when we look at this lineup as well is that Kenshiro Daniels has been pushed into that out-and-out 9 position. There were talks about that as well. Could Kaya possibly play another player up front and maybe get Bedic facing the goal? Because it didn't seem to be working when he was up there setting the ball, getting players involved. Often they were overloaded on the right-hand side. But today the squad looks a little bit more balanced. We knew that Kaya had depth and they did have that balance in their squad. So we're hoping that this is going to be the side which pushed United City all the way to the end.
Looking at their substitutes, they can turn to Arnel Amita for more production inside, in the middle rather, more industry there. They can also go to Emmanuel Osei, who proved to be dangerous towards the end of that last game against Mendiola. Unfortunately, not off the mark yet, but still, he's recovering from injury. And what a way to announce your return to being fully fit if you can nick a goal against United City.
Well, this is the rivalry now which has built up over the last few years between the two sides, and really if you score a goal tonight it is like scoring in a championship. So good luck to both of the teams. I'm very excited to cover this game.
United City FC up against Kaya FC Iloilo. It is the biggest 2 clubs of the Philippines going head-to-head tonight, and kickoff when we return. Games and Amusements Board. Don't forget, no fans here at the venue, but you can make your presence felt by subscribing to YouTube for more PFL content, the Philippines Football League YouTube page. It is United City against Kaya FC Iloilo. The schedule suggested that this game would have been the title decider, but then Kaya FC not living up to the high expectations asked for them have fallen before that matchup could have come to fruition. And for United City FC, on the other hand, they have been relentless, ruthless in the entire campaign. They mentioned that this season, this bubble would be a sprint, and they were the quickest off the blocks, and they never looked back. Clifford Daipuyat is our lead official for today, officiating over the biggest clash in Philippine football. Kaya, fighting for more than just pride. They know that they want to remind everyone that they are one of the biggest teams in the country. And for United, even with a changed lineup, they know that they have the quality to put anyone to the sword and want to show everyone just how far ahead they are. United City, in black and yellow, playing from the right to left of your screens, will start us off. Kaya in their iconic yellow kits, playing from left to right. My name is Paulo Del Rosario alongside Darren Hartman, with a pleasure to call this game for you. United will be crowned champions tonight, but Kaya will aim to spoil the party. And we're off here. Pachola Bugas gets us going. And Darren, different lineup for United, but still the quality is still there from top to bottom.
Yeah, they've switched as well formation to more regular 4-1-4-1. And they will be comfortable playing this way, even with a change of personnel. And every time that Kaya play United City, there's an opportunity for there to be a classic. And I'm sure tonight that the 22 players who are on the pitch will be working and representing their clubs to the best of their ability.
Daiso Hirokoshi trying to operate now on the right side for Kaya. Has kicked away, and almost immediately you can see the intent of Kaya to really pressure this United back line. And perhaps when you look at the start list and you see the lineup, if you're a Kaya player, you're saying that you have a chance to take this one pretty convincingly.
Yeah, you look at the starting lineup and you also have a look at the way that the games have gone. And there are a couple of sides in the league that have done very well in the second half, United City being one and ADT being the other. However, with Kaya, they've kind of slowed down in the second halves. So you'll be looking to try to put this game under your control as soon as possible. That's a massive challenge.
Well, UCFC going to attack quickly, and that will be a foul. Oh, well, if you thought that they would take it easy, well, they're definitely not. Marasigan did well to ride one hard tackle before being stopped by Carlisle Mitchell. Stefan Schrock standing over this one.
And of course, Angelo Marasigan, who's not had the opportunity to really start and make an impact yet in this competition, will be looking to prove his worth to his club. So, I mean, changing your personnel in a game like this, it does work. It keeps people happy, keeps people buzzing, and of course, quite often you'll find in training sessions, it'll be the same in basketball. Sometimes the reserve team can beat the first team just because they have a lot to prove.
United being pressured quickly off the back. Badelic, who's coming in for Pintus at goal. Offside is Kenshiro Daniels. He'll be playing up top as a number 9. And what do you feel is the thinking here of this Kaya management, this Kaya coaching staff, with putting Kenshiro Daniels up top instead of a Joven Bedic?
Well, when we watched Kenshiro Daniels play in the last game, he was drifting and following the ball. He likes to be involved, and sometimes that was leading to a little bit of congestion. And I think up front it probably suits him more because when he's got a free role there, people are adjusting to him. So he's good on the ball, he's good technically, physically he's grown and improved a lot over the last couple of seasons, and of course we've seen him score goals, and I think that's what Kaya are probably thinking.
Marasigan now inside. Gives it back to Badelik. Now to Jarvis. Still assured in possession here for United. Now looking for the overlapping run on the right side. Eventually gets to it. Clarino unable to keep that in, and they'll go away for a goal kick.
It was a good positive pass down the wing there from the young Jordan Jarvis, who managed to feature in the last game towards the end. Been given the nod by Coach Frank today.
Well, if you're United, and you're a United player who's featuring for the first time in the starting 11, you're going to be feeling that this is your chance to impress and give the coaching staff and the management something to think about moving forward.
And I think when you're playing in this sort of situation, you've already had your first impression, and now it's an opportunity for someone to leave a last impression. And that's going to be important, considering there will be a break between this league and the next time that all of these players and clubs are fielded again.
Free kick here for United. Referee waited for advantage to be played, but eventually had to pull it back. United have been relentless. Apart from that, rather it'll be a free kick for Kaya. United have been relentless in the games so far, but that last one against Stallion, a bit of a worry in that first half, actually allowing the only goal that they've conceded so far in the tournament. Let's see if they can hold fast here despite the changed lineup. Here Daniels put that forward. Badelik, easy to collect.
And if you're watching this PFL for the first time, just to let everyone know that there are 5 substitutes allowed, which does give the coaching staff a huge amount of flexibility to change things if needed.
Sigan, losing it in the middle, but then De Broica with the foul. Gerald Aristorenas, the recipient of that one. Well, we're seeing United play from the back a bit more than what we're typically used to. Could be because of the change of formation or the change of personnel. Carino tried to go on another attacking run from the back. Chance here for De Broica. And he slipped it in. Hounded immediately by a host of black shirts, but the referee will pull that back.
And United City will have to adjust to the way that Kaya are forcing the play forwards much quicker than they did on their last outing. And it's going to be a game really of 2 halves here. Kaya really need to get themselves ahead in this game, whether that's possession-wise, opportunity-wise, or of course goal-wise, because in the second half, if they don't have the luxury of managing the game, we know exactly what can happen. They will be able to field pretty much the side which has taken apart every other team in this competition, with Kaya being tired.
Shira Daniel standing over this one again. Orlando Mitchell will be a target. Rota couldn't reach it. Putting that back in, and Carla Mitchell put his hands around Jarvis, and that was pulled back. Mitchell, one of the more imposing figures at the back in the league. Was a bit too handsy last time around. Oh, what a pass forward to Bugas. Mitchell there first.
And Mitch was a very experienced centre-back, and his body language as well at the start of this game has been excellent. He looks really up for this challenge. Sometimes when you've played at a really high level, when you just know when you're in a big game. And sometimes big players play big in big games, and that's exactly what Kaya will be needing from both of their centre-backs today.
Jarvis shifting that to the side. High pressure again from Kaya. Jarvis being bothered by Daniels. Oh, Daniels could win this one, but Clarino doing well to stay strong. Daniels will be pulled back for the foul.
But Kaya will be happy with that sort of work rate from Kenshiro Daniels. It really sets the tone when your number 9 is working hard.
Marasigan. Back to Shoki. Build up here again from United. Now to the middle. Robles. Now back to Jarvis. Ugas. Oh, what a crunching tackle there for Villanueva. Got the ball cleanly. United with the throw. Back to Villanueva. Robles. Maybe a changed lineup here, but then you can't say that this United team isn't assured of their talent, and the way they're keeping the ball is a hallmark of that. And as I say that, though, Kaya win back the possession. De Broica feels like he's a marked man here.
Yeah, it may not be as smooth as it was the other night, but you can expect that. There will still be adjustments to be made. But also we have to remember that Kaya are pressing much, much higher than they have been in other games. So the way that United City are being pinned back is also to pay credit to the way that Kaya have come out to face this game. And you can see now this is quite a deep free kick, but Kaya are very happy to load the box, get their big men forwards, and I think for the first time in the league, United City with every man behind the ball.
Mitchell's a target. Can't pull that back for a teammate, though. Ball forward, trying to find the run of Ott. Sambre couldn't get to it. Soriano headed that away. Let's take a look at this one more time.
Yes, another good delivery into the box by Kenshiro Daniels. And Mitchell, the target man on the far post, marked by 2 players, still managing to tower above and get that headed down back into danger. But that time, Kaya not able to react. But sometimes when it's happening that quickly, it's not easy. And you've just got to keep that pressure on and keep putting in the quality of deliveries like Kaya have started to do at the start of this game.
Well, they clearly have the size advantage here, talking about Kaya. Now, the chance for United to make a difference via set piece. Stefan Schrock will stand over this. Schrock with the delivery. Ball still in a dangerous area. Vidic pushing it forward. No one able to really put the ball down, and eventually Kaya does. Ott on the run. Mike Ott could not get the better of Soriano, and it will be another corner.
That was good experience play there by Mike Ott. Knew that he wouldn't be able to produce anything in terms of an end product, but still managing to win his side. Another corner.
Mike Ott has been one of the better goal scorers for United, scoring from a deep position. Here he is trying to be a provider, but Simone Rota with a good clearance. Bedic now. Only Daniels in front of him. Now Daiso offers an option as well, but hounded by black shirts again. Bedic finally loses out. Jarvis with the forward ball, but gives it straight back to Kaya. Mitchell shifts it to the left. De Broica. Not to Bedic now. De Broica continues his run. Giganto is on the other side. Can he get to it? Villanueva there to control. Now United pushing forward on the other side. Trying to find the slithering Giganto, but Daniel's unable to thread that through. Kaya applying more pressure than probably what United are used to. As you mentioned, this is probably the highest they've ever pressed up top. Talking about Kaya.
And then just as we say that, United City are trying to, through their captain Stefan Schrock, just pressure Kaya themselves and try to get the game back into the way that they want to be playing it.
And it's Villanueva. Poor touch. Casambre will collect here and build things from the back from Kaya. Casambre. Finding Bedic. Casambre again. Pushing forward from the left back and tackled from behind. Mitchell trying to find Giganto. Giganto now. Trying to slide that in. And that's the opener. Kaya inflicting first blood.
It's a fantastic finish by Kishiro Daniels, but of course Giganto doing a lot of the work on the right-hand side after receiving a fantastically weighted and driven pass from the centre-back Mitchell. And Kaya, I must say, have been the dominant side in this first period of the first half. Just dropping his shoulder, bit of inexperience there perhaps from the left back of Ceres, allowing the player to get goal side, but take nothing away from the quality of the cross, the timing of the run, and then the composure of the finish.
The question always was is how would Kaya score goals against United City team that really has dominated the entire league so far, and they answered that by putting Kenshiro Daniels up top and telling us all that he can be the goal-scoring threat for this team and puts them ahead 1-0.
And that time it wasn't overplayed on the right-hand side. They kept it very simple and they were able to dissect. And that's another great pass opening up the pitch. Just couldn't quite find Bedic on the other side.
Well, this is the best we've probably seen Kaya throughout this season. Again, this is pretty much a sprint here, and Daniels off the mark quicker for Kaya in this particular game.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if Kaya had came out with this sort of tempo and intent about their game, whether or not they would have been pushing and making this game a championship game.
Well, these are the two teams with AFC experience. They both represented the country well in the AFC Cup. UCFC now have the opportunity to represent the country in the group stage of the Champions League. So we take a look at the possession stats here, and really United have dominated, but it was Kaya who took the best chance.
Yeah, United City had a fair share of their ball, but you can see that they've really been restricted to a very low rotation. And the six there, when he stepped on the ball, this is the first time really that he's been able to open up and switch the play.
Strachey trying to get to it. He does, but unable to make something out of it. Well, Kaya refuses to bow down. Again, eager to show everyone they are still one of the biggest teams in the Philippines and able to compete at the highest level. And what a way to do that, by taking the game to United City.
And it's the first time that the recently crowned champions of the PFL have gone a goal down in this phase of the competition. So it's going to be an interesting scenario now to see how United City, knowing that they do have some key senior players still on the pitch, how will they react and how will they get the rest of the players up to the standards that we've come to expect so far in this season.
Daniels tried to fight Giganto, unable to do so. Robles will collect. Give back to Jarvis now. Jarvis, back to Badelic. Villanueva. It feels like the ball has stayed with United for quite some time, but as you mentioned, Darren, basically their defenders and Robles are the ones who've been on the ball the most.
And Robles is slightly deep for me, and that's not really where you want your six, because at this sort of level of football, any pass that he makes from there, the centre-backs can make. So therefore, if there are 5 players behind the ball, that means there are no attacking overloads ahead of you, and it's very, very difficult to play forwards, and when it breaks down, you end up with this.
Daniels with the pass forward. Can Kaya nick another one? Cleared away, frantic stuff there from United. Badelic tries to collect, misses the punch, but still United with the possession. Schrock with room on the left. Trying to calm things down here. Well, we know that United are fielding a much changed lineup. But now I can guarantee you, guys like Stefan Schrock will not be happy that they've conceded and gone down.
Of course, there's always that feeling of winning a league and not dropping a point, not losing a game. And of course, we know that United City are full of game winners. They find themselves 1-0 down against a Kaya side as the drizzle starts coming in. But Kaya look up for this today, Callum.
Absolutely.
They absolutely look like they do not want to leave here without getting a result.
Well, they are showing the desire. But do they have enough to ensure that they will give United City, formerly Ceres, their first defeat in more than 2 seasons? Marasigan trying to make inroads on the left side. Soriano does well to marshal him away. There are very few people here at the venue due to health protocols, but the photographer on the far end was happy that no one jumped over that ad board. Well, the game being played at a very steady pace here. Kaya content to let United City play from the back and then pounce on anything that they do. Any mistakes that they commit, any slippage. And for United right now, they want to assert more authority into this game. They have had the possession, but really all of the dangerous chances have come Kaya's way. Then De Bruyke. Now Schrock gets through a tough challenge, and Stefan Schrock feeling the ill effects of that one. Chance here for United to build again. They ought to play it quickly. You mentioned a while ago that Robles is playing a bit low, and that allows United City to be contained towards their own territory. But here, a rare foray into the Kaya box. They lose out, and now trying to look for the run of Kenshiro Daniels. The keeper is way out, and he does enough to make sure that that goes out.
Yeah, that's just about enough. It's a very brave decision there from the goalkeeper to put his body on the line. Any mistake there, and a player who reads the game as quickly as Kenshiro Daniels might have been able to just lift the ball straight into the back of the net. But I'll say this now, we're halfway through the first half, and is 1-0 going to be enough before United City make all of those substitutions? As we know, they pretty much have half of their starting 11 on the bench, and the game could turn on its head very quickly. They're not rushing United City. It could be tactical. It could be part of their game plan. They're being very patient. As you saw by the possession, they're still dominating the possession. It's just very deep, a little bit slower. But they are not getting frustrated. They're not frustrated with the scoreline either.
Schrock operating against Mitchell. If anyone has a free roll, that's Stefan Schrock. And that will be a free kick right outside the penalty area. It's so hard to knock Stefan Schrock off the ball. And when he goes on mazy runs like that, this is typically the result.
It's also more difficult to put a challenge in the closer he gets to the 18-yard box, the closer he gets to the range of the quality of players they have.
Try and take a look at that.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the ball. Just cut straight inside, pass 2, 3, 4.
For Simone Rota takes him down. Mike Ott standing over this one. We know that he has goals in him. He has showcased that throughout the season.
He's also got to beat one of the best goalkeepers in the league in Michael Casas.
Casas favoring that left side. Ott. Just over the bar.
Yeah, got a lot of movement in the ball, but didn't hit the target, so didn't challenge the goalkeeper. But it just goes to show when United City do step it up, whether it's through passing and the movement that we've become so accustomed to, or whether it's through an individual player who just steps up their game, it can definitely cause troubles.
Take a look at the attempt again. Over the bar, not really troubling Casas. Foul near the middle of the park. So Kaya, an opportunity again to either launch that forward or build from there. Bedic now playing a little 1-2 with Daniels. Trying to find Giganto, but that's straight to Badelic. Jarvis. Now building up from the back again. That pass is taken out quickly. Daiso. Schrock bearing down. Marasigan as well. Still not off the ball. Daiso, he falls, but the referee is not interested. Stefan Schrock is still down. Schrock says that he got hit in the face, probably during that mazy run from Daiso. Referee just having a quick check and calling in medical assistance. Take a look at that here, and Daiso's right hand there as he was making that run. He made contact with Shrocky's face. But if you're Kaya right now, you'd be very encouraged with what you've shown. And if you're United, any signs of panic from the management, or do you feel that they still have enough to ride this out?
I don't feel as if the players on the pitch are panicking. So there's no reason for the coaching staff of United City to panic as well. But I really do like the way that Kaya are playing. It's more direct, it's more efficient. It seems as if the way that they've placed their personnel seems to show more cohesion. Players are playing with more confidence now. We have to remember that they didn't have the momentum or the luxury of coming off a fantastic performance to get themselves mentally prepared for this game. So credit to Kaya on the pitch and off the pitch to get themselves ready and up for this game and give us this spectacle.
Kaya will have another opportunity here, knocking on the door via another set piece. Injiro Daniels will be the man to send this one in. They have been targeting Carlisle Mitchell during these set pieces. Had a chance to nod it back a while ago, but found a UCFC player and not a yellow shirt. So let's see whether or not they can make a difference here.
Yes, physically, the side that United City currently have out don't really have a man-for-man with both Simone Rota and Mitchell up front or higher up the pitch when they're taking set pieces. So every opportunity now, as long as there's quality on the delivery, is an opportunity for Kaya to double their lead.
Daniels. Carla Mitchell. Cleared away immediately. Danger not away though. And that will go to Bedic, who is unable to continue that run. Now Shoki. Finding Pocholo Bugas. Bugas on the run. Ott in the middle. Bugas. Ball will go back to Kaya.
And of course, Pocholo Bugas from Bugas family. Football seems to run in their blood, and that's the first time we've really seen him shine a little bit during this game. Very contested game as well. Both teams picking up 5-6 fouls. Competitive. But going back to Pocholo, he's a real talent, and when he drifts out wide, that's when he's most likely to be at his most dangerous.
Pocholo Bugas, one of the most exciting young talents in the country. He was the MVP of the Juniors UAAP, and he, instead of going to college, well, at least instead of playing for a college team, rather, he elected to come and join United City. And you know, just like many young characters, if you look at his social media page, it's Pocholo Bugas, he's very proud of the work that he's put in physically. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you know, Pocholo and I have been speaking over the last year or so. He's very close with a few players that come through our ranks. And I actually encourage the younger players to follow both Carlo Durin and Pocholo Bugas on Facebook, because they post their workouts and they're half decent, to be fair. They are good workouts, so...
I mean, like, those are workouts I can't do, and that's the reason why I'm here in the commentary booth instead of in any pitch around the world.
And I could tell people to do those workouts. That's about as far as it goes for me now as well, so...
Well, so far, those young men that you mentioned, Durin, Bugas, and Lanzo Campo, all making that pay off here in the PFL. And now it's a chance of Bugas to make it all count. He's there on the ball trying to find the run of Schrock, but that pass is too weak, and he's trying to make amends by winning back the ball.
And while there's an opportunity to say, and we're talking about younger players, I'd just like to mention that the boys you just mentioned are all still in full-time education. The clubs are supporting them, and also the schools are starting to show support and encouraging them to excel both in the classroom and on the pitch. So thank you to all the schools who are helping young talents showcase and develop on the top level of Philippine football. It's really going to help us over the next few years.
Well, it is an investment, everything being done for these kids, and like many Filipino football fans, we all hope that it pays off. Well, Carla Mitchell and Bugas, a little bit of a collision there, a little 50-50, but the referee lets that go. It's so strange, really. I mean, for me to know that some of these players on the field are born after the year 2000. Maybe it's my age showing, but Darren laughing right now, off camera, says a lot.
I was just trying to work out if you were born in the 80s or not, like me. That's what was going through my head. I'm just going to be quiet. At least me and Schrock were born in the 80s, so...
Well, I was born on the cusp of it. I was born in 1990. Not ashamed to say that. I'll let you wallow in your shame.
Of course, the goalkeeper, Michael Casas, a batchmate, born 1986. And of course, for goalkeepers, it was interesting. We were talking about this before the game. Goalkeepers tend to peak later in their career. So if you're a goalkeeper and you haven't made it yet, or you haven't broke through yet, be patient. It's not an easy shirt to take. But you do get slightly longer. And of course, Kaya have been able to breach one of the goals already today, and I'm sure that United City will be looking to do the same.
Again, we've seen a lot of possession from United, especially in this area of the pitch, but they want to be more productive, want to hold on the ball more in more advanced positions as they turn to their veterans here. Ott and Schrock playing amongst each other. Schrock just splitting two defenders. Ott gets the bounce. Trying to find Bugas. Trying to play a little 1-2 there. Good play there, and it will be another corner for United.
But it's strange, though, over the last 5 to 10 minutes, United City have slowly worked themselves. I don't know if they've worked themselves back into the game or whether or not Kaya's tempo has died down a little bit. But United City are able to play out of Kaya's press, which isn't quite as relentless as it was at the start of the game. Of course, we're talking about game plans. Kaya's game plan is still the one paying off, but there's still a lot of minutes of football to play.
Off the mark there, but great delivery once more from Schrock. Casas, who won the Golden Glove last season, will try and keep a clean sheet against the one team who has scored the most freely in the league so far. Stefan Schrock will be one of the guys out here looking for that goal to besmirch that clean sheet. Broika. Casambre. Looking for the run of Bedic, but that'll be offside. The most attacking we've seen Kaya so far this season comes against the who will be the reigning champions again.
But we also need to remember that Kaya have not scored more than one goal in a game so far this campaign. So, I mean, you can look at this as probably one of the cagiest games that I've seen. It's difficult to know exactly what Coach Frank and the coaching staff of United City have planned for the second half, and whether or not Kaya will be looking to manage this game out from here on, or whether they will be pushing to score a second goal.
Schrocky looking for an incisive pass here. Now he went all the way down to collect the ball, trying to pull strings from there. Play on, says the referee, despite the protest of handball. Daiso wins it back from Marasigan. Reverses it for Giganto. Can Giganto get to it? It'll be a corner here for Kaya once more.
Yeah, and Daiso's playing much better this game. He was stuck a little bit wide, I thought, against Binjola. But now, when he's playing inside, he's got a little bit more freedom. He's also creative, limiting his touches. And Kaya able to win themselves another corner, which they will be getting their two big men forwards to see if they can go into half-time with an even bigger advantage than they already have.
By United's high standards, this hasn't been a vintage performance. Sure, Daniels pulls that in, misses everyone. Redick. Still in for Daniels. Daniels off the foot of Villanueva, that'll be a throw in. Soriano will take this one. Kicked away again for another corner. Well, so far, this may be the first time United City have been under siege. Casas keeping himself warm on the other side.
Now, there is a slight breeze blowing across the pitch at the moment. And when you're taking your set pieces, taking your corners, you've got to take that into consideration. But now you see Mitchell and Roth are very, very close to each other. They're the targets. Unable to beat the near post.
Well, if you're Kaya, you're hoping that one of these set pieces eventually pays off.
Yeah, it's almost history repeating itself. Against Binjola, they had loads of corners, not yet converted any, but it could happen now.
Oh, Mitchell skying for that. He towered over everyone, and that was a clean header. And for the first time this season, UCFC down 2-0, and Kaya showing their class.
Yeah, it's the first time that United City have been down by 2, and it's also the first time that Kaya FC have managed to score 2 goals. And they've come with great timing, one at the start of the half and then one towards the end of the first half. And it's textbook. It's been a long time coming. Kinshira Daniels finding his range. And then Mitchell just climbing up and just directing the ball. Keeper grounded. Didn't even react. And there they go. Scoreline just says it all.
Well, United left him unmarked for that header. And you can't leave such a strong header unmarked in the box. United City punished for that one. And again, there's so much pride wearing a United shirt. So you have to feel that those players on the bench right now, those starting players that gave way for the younger ones here for United in this particular game, are itching to get off the bench and make a difference.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting second half here, because now Kaya have the 2-goal cushion, which they would have wanted against the side selected by United City. And they do have a little bit of a luxury of trying to control and slow the game down and frustrate United City.
And remember, United have 5 substitutes available, so literally can sub in their entire starting lineup to change this game. For Kaya, this is, on paper at least, their strongest 11. And so far, the best that they've played. Arlan Mitchell, who has been antagonizing all the attackers of UCFC today. De Bruyne got to that first. Bugas couldn't control it. And a mad scramble inside, actually. Finding Giganto. Marasigan is bearing down on him. Schrock will try to keep it in play. Finds Marasigan, unable to take the touch.
And now you can see a little bit of desperation and a little bit of passion in the way that United City are trying to press the ball out. But it's Kaya again who emerged with the ball.
Daniels couldn't get there before Badelic. Jarvis now. Robles collects us from deep. Will try to drive things forward. Wide right now. Maikot. Back to Villanueva. Now Marasigan. Now Schrock. Bugas is there to support. He goes inside. Couple of runners down the wings. Robles back to could not find Schrock. De Bruyne takes it, but Robles wins it back. Schrock obviously not happy with that exchange. Villanueva. De Bruyne is there, who we pegged as one of the possible difference makers of this game. Schrock, very deep right now. Marasigan making a run on the far left. Try to go center, but no one made the run. Around 3 minutes left here before added time, and Kyle will be very happy with themselves. United will take a look at everything that they've done so far.
It will most certainly be 2 very different locker rooms. I mean, Kaya will be looking to compose themselves, try to think about ways of staying efficient and keeping United City off the ball. And I'm sure that United City will be asking questions of one another. I mean, if you're a United City fan, of course, it's nice to see other players out on the pitch. But I think that deep down, people do want to see the strongest sides go out and the strongest sides compete. Yes, when you're talking about development, and of course the neutral fans out there want to see their big names playing as well. And I'm sure in the second half there will be changes made, because, well, that's just football. I mean, United City will not want to finish this season with this sort of performance and this sort of scoreline.
Well, not only will changes probably will be made, but things will be said that boy, would you love to be a fly on the wall in the locker room there for United?
Yeah, it's also because you do have a core of senior players out there playing at the moment, and you don't want to see such a big difference across the depth of a squad. On paper, it looks strong. However, in reality, we can really see that there is still a difference, and that's something which Kaya will be looking at and saying, you know what, we've actually done quite well this campaign, because as things stand, there's only a point difference between them. Kaya will be in the dressing room saying, you know what, maybe we're the best team in the country. And United City do not want to have that argument, and that is why things will change.
Trying to build from the back again, talking about United. Then is finding Schrock. Now Patolo Bugas. Bugas, he's pushed, and that will be a free kick deep within yellow territory. United would love to nick one back before the break. Opportunity here. Playing it very quickly. Unable to get the timing right, but the flag is up anyway.
And it's the senior players in Stefan Schrock and Mike Ott managing to produce something there late in the first half. Good timing and cohesion between the two of them.
Gaza's taking his time here. Be 1 minute of added time.
Additional time, 1 minute.
Kaya trying to drive forward again, and the foul would mean it'll be a Kaya free kick in the middle of the park, in the middle of USCFC territory, rather. This will probably be one of the last attacks of the half. Jarvis with a good clearance there. Robles. Pressured in the middle. Back to Clarino. Trying to find Ott, but Simone Rota there. Stefan Schrock there to collect. And that will do it for the first half. Kaya FC up 2-0 against United City FC. They've come out with their strongest 11. They've come out with a purpose. And Daniels and Mitchell scoring in the first half. Daniels showing everyone that if he's playing up top, he could get the goals. And Mitchell showing the class and the power from the corner, getting the header in a place where the keeper had no chance. 2-0 in favor of Kaya. Interesting to see how United will answer. Kaya FC with the opener. Kenshiro Daniels burned him for pace.
Great hitter. Third goal for UCFC. And the lethal tandem of UCFC. Bienvenido as well as Robert Lopez coming down into the scoreboard for that goal. Bienve. Hits the crossbar and a lovely weighted pass or a lovely weighted shot into the path of Robert Lopez Mendy. Busy. I like his faces so that one.
Have patience, Jing. There's the first goal!
It's a lovely ball from Montenegro. 1-0. Maharlika Manila's first goal in the Philippines Football League, tucked away by Jose Montelibano.
Great pass.
Boyer, wide open.
Touch and strike that son.
Goal for Maharlika Manila, his first chance, and they've taken the lead. Substitute Jeremy Doyer has put Maharlika Manila in front.
I'm Nick Jacob and I support Jason Panay and Kaya FC, support local football.
Hi, I'm Clyde. I support Christian Runtini of ADT, support local football.
Hi, this is Al Joseph Tagakay. I support Jarvi Gayoso from Pascal's development team, and yes, support local league.
I am Luke Trasporo and I support Joven Bedic and Kaya FC Iloilo. Support local football, Una Kaya.
I'm Pancho Dizon and I support Joven Bedic at Kaya Football Club. Support local football.
I am Zandro. I support Seven Shock and United City FC. Support local football.
I am Kaisarin Bernal and I support Nelson Manangan Gasik from Stallion Laguna FC. Laban Manong.
I am June Ayon Didel and I support Anton del Rosario and Maharlika Manila FC. Support local football.
Hello, I am MJ Kapalar and I support Ascos development team. Support local football. More power, people. Peace.
Hi, I'm KL Tamiya and I support Stefan Schrock and United City Football Club. Support local football.
Hi, this is Renato Agura Jr. I support Jerry Barbaso of Maharlika Manila FC. Support local football. Go PFL!
I am Prince Moane and I support Shrocky and the United City Football Club. Support local football.
I am Kurt Allen de Ramas and I support Anton del Rosario of Maharlika Manila Football Club. Support local football.
I am Kayla Janine Sevilla and I support Cedric Martinez Hodriel and Maharlika Manila FC. Support local football.
Hi, I am Sian Gabriel Egalsim and I support the whole squad of Kaya FC. Support local football. Una Kaya.
I am Gab Aguilar and I support Ruben Doctora from Stayan Laguna FC. Support local football.
Hi everyone, I'm Carl David Soriano and I'm supporting Chelsea Soriano of Kaya Football Club Iloilo. Support local football.
Good luck, Maharlika FC. Tondo FC supports you. Sugod, Maharlika.
Good luck, Maharlika FC, supporting all the way from Bulacan. Keep safe, everyone.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
What's your Philippines football?
From Dubai.
Is more fun?
Now that you're in it. Sugod, Maharlika.
Let's go, Maharlika Manila FC. We can defy the odds. Sugod.
I support Maharlika Manila FC. Sugod!
Hi, Nino J. Congratulations. And UCFC. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye!
How would you describe your perfect journey? Does it begin with the Airbus A350, with its distinctive cockpit windows and sleek wingtips? Is it in the comfort and privacy of your own personal Q suite?
Is your perfect journey one where you soar the blue skies in a greener way? The A350 uses less fuel than the A380, reducing CO2 emissions, making it a more environmentally friendly option.
Is your perfect journey a breath of fresh air, one where the air is filtered and replaced every 2 minutes, ensuring you can breathe easy? Does it have perfectly curated lighting, helping to reduce jet lag from a long flight?
Is your perfect journey a connected one? Experience complimentary Wi-Fi throughout your entire flight.
So, why fly on yesterday's plane when you can have the perfect journey on tomorrow's? The Qatar Airways A350. Newer, greener, better.
Welcome back to the 2020 Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways. Kaya FC lead United City FC 2-0. And if things don't change quickly, United City, if you include their run as Ceres Negros FC, will absorb their first loss since 2018. Take a look at the stats here. So United doing very well in terms of holding the ball, but then have not created many chances. But Kaya had 2 shots on target and 2 goals in their favor.
And Kaya FC doing what they haven't been able to do in the last 4 games previous, which is be clinical in front of goal. Their direct style of play has suited them. And of course United City not yet firing on all cylinders, but have been able to maintain long passages of play at the ball, albeit very deep. It's going to be a very, very interesting second half, and there have been changes.
Well, changes almost all around here for United. So you have Odawara, Manny Ott, and Marañon all checking in for United after what was a very lackluster first half. So Tristan Robles checked out, as well as Pocholo Bugas. And the intent is there for United. They do not want to go finish their last game here with a defeat. So Marañon now leading the line. A more familiar look here for United. Casas has yet to be really tested here in this particular game. Launches that forward, finding Bedic. Marasigan also shifted. He was playing left back a while ago, now moving to the right.
And I think of all of the ways that Kaya can slow the game down. It's going to be an increasingly frustrating 45 minutes for United City, who find themselves 2-0 down at half-time.
Well, now the question really is, did United dig a hole too deep for themselves here? Looking at the history, especially in this particular competition, we know that they can score goals in bunches. They were up just 2-1 against Stallions in their last game and finished it 7-1. Rota will be adjudged with a foul.
But part of the difference in that story is the fact that between Simone Rota and, of course, Mitchell at the back, they're a lot more experienced. Dennis Villanueva as well, another experienced player. But, I mean, in terms of the way that Kaya is set up to defend, they are definitely capable of holding United City as long as they get the run of the ball.
Immediate pressure here from United. You throw here for United. Marañon takes it quickly. Ott can't get that in, but that'll be a corner. Already a more positive start here for United.
Yeah, of course, they've shown their intent at the start of the second half by making the substitutions that they did. I believe that they were always going to reintroduce the starting 11 first choice players. But as you mentioned, whether or not they were planning on being 2-0 down at half-time, I mean, it does give them a test. I mean, if you want to test how good you are, this is most certainly a challenge, and I'm sure that the players will be up for this challenge.
Daniel's trying to head that forward. Bedic couldn't get to it, though. Giganto on the ground. And a card there to Marasigan. Well, initially, the referee did drop the card. I wondered whether or not he put it back on his pocket, but instead, like, oh, I'm going to use it on Marasigan.
It was good refereeing. He did allow the play to play on before calling it back. And Angelo Marasigan picking up a yellow card for his tackle. And Angelo switching to his more preferred side now.
Rota launches that wide right.
You would say that the centre of the park now is very close to a first choice Diamond in the middle.
Well, no OJ Porteria for United to select, not named on the bench. They still have Lopez Mendy, Pika Minigeshi, and Sean Kane to select. Again, Kaya, they know the job's still not done. Can they make it 3 here? Looking for Mitchell again. Bedic. He lined that up, but that was neither a cross or a shot.
And with Odawara on the field, it kind of gives a closer match for Mitchell for those crosses and corners. And straight away you can just see the commanding presence there, just trying to encourage United City to get into a much higher rotation and not sit too deep on the ball, which will play into Kaya's favour because they can just drown out the seconds if they can keep United City's rotation deep.
Did they change their shape in this particular one? It feels like their wingbacks are pushing up way higher than what they did a while ago.
But that's exactly what Odawara is doing. I'm not sure if you can pick up what is being said, but straight away he's telling Angelo Marasigan to stay high. He's telling Miggy to stay high as well, Miggy Clarino to stay high, and that just changes the shape. So when you're swinging the ball, you're keeping a higher rotation and you're stretching Kaya and pulling him around a little bit more, and that's what will create space for Maikot and for the other players to get involved on the ball.
Odawara, so calm and assured there, just turning and retaining possession. Marañón, he's not afraid to go back and collect the ball himself as well. Ott could not find Odawara, battling for it, and Odawara has already made a difference here. Chance now for Marasigan to deliver a good ball inside. Maikot, chance here, but poor touch there. Pasinabo unable to control that. Already looking a lot more dangerous, talking about United.
And that's the cohesive football that we've become so accustomed to seeing.
Pinging the ball back and forth. Kaya still applying pressure here. Getting possession in a dangerous part of the park. Iganto trying his best to run into that one. And that will be a corner again for Kaya. Gui Clarino there did enough to ensure that that will go out.
And now I believe that the balance for United City between senior and experienced players and players who are coming off the bench is a lot better. But we have to remember Kaya are Kaya FC, and they will play a massive part in this game, where other teams may have been phased by the players in front of them when they played against United City. Kaya most certainly won't be.
Well, they have the confidence, talking about Kaya. They also have the experience, having played in AFC competition as well. So they know what it takes to win at this level. Let's see whether or not they have what it takes to push United all the way and tack on their first defeat since 2018. First defeat in the domestic league, at the very least. Referee just making sure that they're playing from the right place. Still a lot of time for United to make a difference here. In fact, in most of their games, if you blink, you miss a goal. Odawara. Shoving that to Marasigan. Finding Marañón. Touch failed him. Now Simone Rota unable to find an accurate pass here, and I think it's getting a bit sloppy there.
Yeah, the pitch plays a lot differently when it's raining like this. It's almost got a slickness to it, and you've got to adjust because the ball will can just skid off the surface sometimes. Although with the drizzle, it does take the heat out of the game, and players should be able to find a little bit more tempo and find some legs on them.
Actually, for the Philippines, this is actually very cool weather.
Yeah, there's someone next to me wearing a jacket.
Well, this is more of a raincoat rather than it is something to keep me warm, mind you. United trying to apply more pressure again. I bet they wish they had jackets on right now, Darren. I'm just saying. Oh, swinging that to the left. Manny trying to find the run of Marañon. Carlisle Mitchell there to clear. Odawara finding Marasigan. Good defending there by Casambre. And it will still be Kaya ball, but United liking their chances.
Yeah, the shape's looking better now. There are still some mismatches out on the field, but I'm sure that as time and people start adjusting to the introduction of new personnel, there's going to be a lot more chances to come yet. It's still early, 35 minutes of football to come. We've already seen 2 goals, and I don't think this will end up a 2-0.
And what? I'm able to get that through, and there are just so many yellow shirts congesting the middle, making it difficult for those through balls that United have been playing all throughout the season.
Yeah, and that's why 1-0 is so different to 2-0. 2-0 really gives the cushion of game management. And Odawara there, for me, is arguably one of the best players in the league when we're talking about players who carry the foreign passports. Asian passports, of course.
Ott unable to flick that through. Odawara back on the ball. His fingerprints have been all over this game since coming in the second half. Sinabo. Marasigan gives it to Manny Ott. Ott trying to split the defenders, is taken down by De Broica. And almost immediately, all the Kaya players are screaming at each other to make sure that they can play it quickly. Stefan Schrock, who has been more quiet here in the second half, talking about Schrocky. Again, there's just so much more creative force now in comparison to that first half. Still, never count out a moment of magic from the Philippine team captain. Schrock, able to get that through the first defender. Kaya, can they break here? Play on, says the referee. But United lose it. Well, probably would have been pulled back for the foul had it not been the advantage being played. Marañon on the break, still onside. Podelic missed that one. As the rain starting to fall more heavily right now. And my partner is the one wishing he brought a jacket. As I raise my hood.
For me, this is exactly what football's all about. Rain or shine, and of course, if you're from the sunny UK, rain, shine, or sometimes a little bit of snow. But still, the games will always go on. And it's going to be interesting because, I mean, artificial turfs are relatively new in the Philippines. Playing in the rain in the Philippines is very different when I was playing. The pitches will get very muddy. Always a lot of fun after, but you have to think that it does play into the favour of the Filipino Europeans who are so used to playing under these conditions.
Kaya winning a throw here. Or will that be a corner? Redick with a throw deep within UCFC lines. United win it back, but still being pressured. Marañón could not control it, eventually does. Manuot. It's that to the side. Pasinabo could not find either Ott brother. Daizo had too much to do there, but Mitchell pings it back. Odawara's pressured. Anu Ott. Now Stefan Schrock. Schrock charging forward. It's Marañón. Marañón! Wide left there, but that's much more lively from United.
Yeah, smooth build-up, and Stefan Schrock's not really been involved in the last few passages of play. So he had lots of energy when he got on the ball, and the movement there, you had both Maniot racing forward alongside Sanabo as well. So it's interesting to see that there is a little bit of energy in the attack now of United City.
Being that forward, looking for Bedic, but Padelic gets to it first. Odawara. Marasigan. Interesting to see them favored at right side, talking about United. We mentioned a while ago, Schrock has not been involved nearly as much as he did in that first half.
I think slightly the positional play of Miggy Carino could be a little bit better. Angelo Marasigan has adjusted better on the right-hand side as a right-back than he did in the first half at left-back, and that's kind of limiting Stefan Schrock from getting on the ball, but the possession is, as always, in United City's favour. I think the difference is the 60% of possession that they've had in this half has been slightly higher up the pitch.
Ott fouled in the middle. And again, Kaya immediately making sure that they can play it quickly.
See, that's one of those interesting things where, I mean, the referees allowed that to play quickly and then book to the player. For me, it's kind of difficult to allow both, but the rules are the rules. If you're wondering, if a free kick is taken and it does strike the player like it did within 10 yards, then, like Dylan has just done there, picked up a caution.
Schrock playing that back. United have to build from behind once more. Still 2-0 down to Kaya, staring at what could be their first defeat since 2018 in domestic competition. Perhaps it might be the change in lineup, the massive change in lineup, instead of their strongest 11. Again, the championship has already been won, but still so much pride on the line.
Yeah, I don't think it's the players at all. I think it's the fact that if you make 5 or 6 changes, it's technically not the same team anymore. Whereas Kaya, relatively unchanged in terms of personnel. Yes, they've made a couple of tactical changes, but it's the same team that's played in this whole competition.
Marasigan making inroads on the right side, whipping that in. Rota with a header. Maniot. To the Pasinabo. Pasinabo now trying his own run on the right. Whips that in. De Broika takes that away as United will have a couple of substitutions again. Ika Minigishi will coming from Miguel Clarino. And of course, Robert Lopez Mendy as well, coming from Arnie Pasinabo. If you want a team that can score, well, this may be one of the most dangerous iterations of United.
And now I think we will get to see the answer to a lot of people's questions. How good really are United City? With arguably now one of the strongest 11s out, minus OJ.
Substitution for United City.
Let's see whether or not in 30 minutes they can score 2 or 3 goals against this Kaya United side.
Schrock now pushed towards the middle, talking about Stefan Schrock. Immediately trying to find Lopez Mendy.
Robert Lopez Mendy.
Odawara giving chase. He'll go to no one. And with Schrock pushing to the middle, if we didn't notice him a lot on that left flank a while ago, now we're going to notice him a lot more. And arguably with a lot more energy. Ika Minigishi now operating on that left side, finding Robert Lopez Mendy.
Now, did the players for United City who started the game, did they stretch Kaya FC enough to make them tired in this last period of the game? You see Bedic go down, touch of cramps maybe.
That's too heavy there coming from Marasigan. Marañon not happy with that one. Bedic on the ground here. And if only you could hear everything we are hearing here. Schrock and Odawara having discussion. Again, so much pride in this United team. And Ott and Bedic having a discussion of their own. As Bedic is feeling his hamstring. So for at least a minute or so, they might be without Bedic, talking about Kaya. And De Bruyne trying to catch a bit of that cold spray. Pretty sure it still works that way. Second-hand spray.
To be honest with you, there are some people still on the pitch, I'm not going to say who they are, who grew up with a bucket of ice cold water and a sponge. Of course, for hygiene reasons, we don't do that anymore, but it seems to do the job. These days, it's as soon as the PT gets a cold spray out, everyone wants a bit and everyone feels better after.
Sambre showing a strong body against Marañon.
Sambre bringing some of his experience and exposure that he learned overseas. One of the first locally developed players to apply his trade overseas.
Of course, there has been a steady growth of that in the past few years. Patrick Dato, now a goalkeeper in Thailand. You have Casambre, who spent some time overseas as well. Of course, Amani Aguinaldo. Interestingly, all defenders and goalkeeper. Question is, who will be the first attacker or midfielder to be the next local Filipino, local homegrown talent rather, to take his talents abroad? Kaya doing very well to make it difficult for them to operate in the middle of the park. United finding more joy really attacking through the wings. But still, even then, every time they move forward, they run into a wall of yellow. That'll be offside already, says the referee. Siga not watching the line.
Kaya slightly tiring, but they are able to keep themselves very organised. And Bedic goes down to the ground again. Seems to be struggling.
Well, that might be the end of his night here. And without Bedic, still a lot of options here for Coach Yu Hoshide. But still, he is easily one of the more dangerous attackers of this Kaya team. I just want to note, Darren, look at what the paramedics are wearing. Something similar to someone near you. Because they value health.
Yeah, they look very professional actually. Of course, the rains have come in, and given the times, I'm sure that people are looking to avoid the hospitals and medical centres, try to take the pressure off our beloved frontliners. who have been working so hard. And of course, during this PFL bubble, we have been in strict guidance and making sure that all of the players, staff who are involved in producing this fantastic series of games that you've seen are in accordance to all of the rules.
So Bedic checking out, and that will mean Manuel Osei comes in. He had one of the more dangerous chances against Mendiola in that unfortunate draw.
Player number 18, Manuel Osei.
De Broica now on the attack, trying to find a man on the right. Giganto gets it, but that is hit away. Good chance there for Kaya. Still risky here for United. The danger is not away. Eventually ushered away, so goal kick, chance to build from behind. Take a look at this again, being very opportunistic. Giganto probably took too much of a touch there.
Yeah, his touch wasn't excellent, but De Broica's work was. That's what you want when your side is coming off a relatively poor performance in terms of Kaya FC standards, but today they have definitely been back to the usual Kaya FC. You can see there's a lot more spirit amongst them.
Marañón wins the free kick of Simone Rota. Rota feeling that Marañón just ran into him. The referee has made his decision. Chance here for United to threaten from this free kick. And another player is down for Kaya. It's Eric Giganto. So Roberto Corsame will be coming in soon, replacing Ben Giganto. So take a look at that foul again from Simone Rota.
Giganto, replaced by player number 21, Roberto Corsame.
This will be an interesting set piece now, with United City looking slightly more physical in the box.
Carlisle Mitchell with the header. That'll go away for corner. Manny Ott in a hurry to take it. Kaya look like they are well drilled defensively. This is what they expected. Unigeshi with the ball in. Osei, ball out. Shifting that again. Quick feet. And Buenvenido Marañón unable to turn his body quick enough. Osei pushing it forward now. Lovely flick from Daizo. Trying to find the run of Hirokoshi again, but unable to weigh it properly.
That was a nice flowing counter-attack that Kaya FC managed to put together there. United City unable to answer. And Kaya FC back on the ball. And at the moment managing the game well. We're at less than 20 minutes to go. There won't be much added time. Perhaps a few substitutions and a couple of players have gone down injured. But we're talking about 20 minutes of football left as we watch Mendy just drop his shoulder and whip the ball in with lots of intent. And Marañón unable to divert the ball on target.
Kaya trying to go on the attack again. On that right side. Oh, it goes through. Osei is in the middle. Couldn't target him as De Broica will collect. Daniels, who's now shifted to the left side. Goes straight at goal. And no trouble for the keeper. Corsame has been lively since its introduction to the game. Well as Osei.
And the game is really starting to open up as well, so really this is what the strikers enjoy. They get a little bit more time and space on the ball. But Kaya are doing well just to get the minutes out of the game.
Odawara finding Schrock. Schrock trying to find Mendy. Almost won it back. Simone Rota with a booming clearance. United building from the back again. Arlan Mitchell, a crunching tackle on Mendy. Ball still stays with United. Pika Minigeshi now on the side. The flag stays down. Tried to go at it by himself. Well marshaled there. And Minigeshi has to hold back Daizo and is booked for it. "75 minutes played here, 2-0 still for Kaya after a pair of first half goals. Really turned this game on its head. United, with a much changed lineup, were unable to contain them in that first half. Let's take a look at Minigishi, one of the many substitutes here from United, pulling back Daizo just to stop the play. United now trying to find inroads in the right wing. It goes all the way back for a goal kick. Jarvis. Now to Odawara. And Yacht. Jarvis again. Now to the left side, finding Pika Minigishi. Minigishi. Now Odawara. And plucking the strings for United in the middle. Lopez Mendy getting that despite the pressure. Minigishi, now Jarvis. Having a lot of the ball here, and Kaya under pressure. They've been bending but not breaking. Schrock whips it in. Doesn't find anyone but the keeper. Casas goes to ground. 5-3 is a shot count. But United still have yet to completely challenge Michael Louis Casas. Trying to play quick here. Schrock. Pinging that on the other side. Bring it back to Odawara. Marañón pressured by De Broica. Odawara back on it. Pika Minigishi now coming down deep to take it. Schrock's to his left. Schrock eventually gets it. Now Pika. Try and find the run of Marasigan. Clearance there. Minigishi. Trying to find Schrock, but the ball is wayward. Villanueva now. Back to Ott. Sustained possession here from United. But no real incisive passes. Jarvis. Now Odawara. It's frustrating if you're a United fan, with Kaya able to really shut most passing lanes down. Casabra with a good header out. Jose wins it. And he holds on to it still. Schrock trying to force a mistake here. Here's a chance for Schrock. Unable to get that down. And that will be a foul against Schrock. Referee saying that Kaya came off worse for it.
And that was a big tackle and a big moment. United City able to keep hold of the ball, rotate it, pull Kaya around, but not pull them apart. And then when the ball fell to the captain, Stefan Strock, he was able to get inside after the play broke down. And it's a very, very big tackle that comes in. And there were cries for a penalty, but I mean, I don't think neither player really had the ball under control, which is why it would be difficult for the goalkeeper, for the referee to award a penalty. It's one of those things where it really was 6 to 1 and half a dozen to the other. It's a very English expression there, so I might have thrown you off a little bit.
No, yes you did, definitely. Again, hello to all of our foreign viewers here who understood that better than I did. And for those around the Philippines who didn't, well, we're both scratching our heads. Finding Strock again. He's trying to get on the ball more often here, but time running out here on United to make something happen. 2 goals down. Trying to find Pika Minigishi on the left side. Carlisle Mitchell comes away with it, getting the better of Stefan Strock. Now playing it forward on the right side. Odawara using his body to shield it. And eventually draws the foul. So far, Kaya have been the more impressive side as a whole, even under pressure by United. Unable to really... United have been unable to really tear them apart, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I think they're one of the first sides which have really kept United City playing backwards and sideways, and that's exactly what you need. You need to stop them from playing into that little diamond that they have. And in fact, they've got Mykot playing alongside Mendy up front. So it's almost 5 players who can really create problems for United City, and Kyra keeping the ball away from them. So credit to the research and the tactical play put together by Kaya FC. But of course, these teams have met a lot in the past, and they do really know how each other play.
Nigishi whipping that inside. Ott can't control it. 2 shots for handball. Referee not interested. Jarvis shifts it to the right. Marasigan. Can he whip it in? Cleared away by Mitchell, but not too far. Strock now on the ball. Reverse to Pika Minigishi. Minigishi. Daniels pressured and eventually clears it.
And again, United City able to sustain pressure deep within the Kaya half. But Kaya again equally matched.
Marasigan won that back, and that will still be black ball. Back to Odawara. Now Strocky. Manny Ott. Back to Odawara. Finding Marañon. Trying to play quickly inside. And they pull one back. One of the substitutes comes in and makes a difference. In fact, they all combined to pull one back, and it's game on here. Kaya FC haven't won anything yet.
And now we have a game of football with 10 minutes to go. Odawara has really been controlling things across the back, but it's the weighted pass of Marignon which has just found its way through to the ever-running Ott brothers. This time it's Manny Ott who finds himself on the score sheet, and I mean, a draw is going to be something which is achievable for United City, but I'm sure that Kaya will have something to say about that.
Well, for United, typically, once they scored a goal, the floodgates do open. But then, up until tonight, they probably have not faced the type of quality that Kaya have. Another close opportunity there, and the corner. United are feeling it now. Play quick to Strock. Don't take your eyes off this one. Strock with a with the ball in, and Casas had to reach for it. Wasn't expecting to save that one.
And Casas is not the tallest goalkeeper in the league, but I've had the privilege to play alongside him as a player, and for what he doesn't have in height, he makes up for in agility. And that's a top draw save there by Casas to keep his side 2-1 up, as United City just look to pile on the pressure and break through again if they can.
No foul there, says the referee, despite the protest from United. Odawara now playing a bit more advanced. Maikot shifting that to Stefan Schrock. Now the goal scorer, Manio. On the left side now. Minigishi gives it back to Ott. Can't find an incisive pass. Schrock, one more. Minigishi whips it in again. Good clearance from Carlisle Mitchell. Odawara thinks about it. Ball will stay with United. Much more life from them, even from their bench. Manny Ott finding Pika Minigishi. Can they find the equalizer soon? Stefan Schrock whips it in again. Unable to find a teammate. It's Odawara. Out to Minigishi. Whipping it in. And Mendy just misses it.
And with 4 minutes to go, that's a huge opportunity from Mendy, as the ball was just whipped across by Pika. I think it's a great cross in, and Kaya managing to hold on, and it does feel like a matter of when. They're starting to produce the chances. Great pass out, left-footed this time, and by a striker of Mendy's standards, I think he's going to be disappointed that he hasn't hit the target there.
Casas heaving that forward, looking for Osei. Odawara with the challenge, but it's Kaya who win it back, and Stefan Schrock says he got hit in the face. Referee not interested, and eventually pulls it back. So yes, that was a foul, rather. Schrock still on the ground. And of course, Schrock never afraid of getting physical, being in a tackle. And let's take a look at this. As he took an arm to the face.
And he looks in discomfort there. It's one of those things as well where there might be some parents watching at home thinking that football's a dangerous game. We do have rules in place to keep things safe for the players. If there are head injuries, usually the referee would blow his whistle straight away and make sure that the players are given the correct medical attention that they need.
Let's take a look at one of Schrock's key contributions a while ago, and Casas' brilliant save there. Again, had to make it. Schrock has to step outside first before being allowed back in the game. Not long left, and United know it. Can they Nicolate equalizer and preserve their unbeaten record in domestic competition? Again, they have not lost since 2018. They now have the championship here already wrapped up. But with all sincerity, taking a defeat here and losing that record of being undefeated since 2018 would leave a mark.
And of course, it would be the first time for the newly formed United City as well to lose. And I mean, on any other occasion, you can't win every game of football, but this is an occasion today. This is the day that they're going to be lifting the trophy. I'm sure that United City, the players and the fans here and all over the world would just really like to see them get something from this game.
Kaya will be making a change here shortly. Like a substitute for substitute change here. Probably trying to shore things up. Kaya doing very well just to contain this United team. Marañon. Odawara. Oh, and there's a push inside the box. The referee's not interested in it, though. At least from our point of view. Looked like two hands were up. So Arnel Amita will be checking in for Roberto Corsame. Again, substitute for substitute.
I think that's just to get a little bit of fresh legs in the middle of the park, because United City are starting to pull Kaya FC around. They're sitting deep, but they just want to make sure that they have the personnel in the middle of the park to keep up with the rotation of the ball.
4 minutes at a time, as you may have seen from the board a while ago. Odawara forced to boot that away. Not too far, though. Marasigan will try to get to this first. Conchiro Daniels there to put the pressure on. Can United nick an equalizer here? Stefan Schrock driving forward. Jarvis. Villanueva. Marañon asking for it. He came back deep to get it. Ott trying to find Minigishi. Minigishi finds it. Marañon in the box. Turn and shot. Pushed away to the bar, it looks like. Kaya still ahead. Now a United corner once more. Mendy was the target, but Carlisle got to it. Kaya could go on the break here. Daiso. Unable to get that through. 2.5 minutes left now. Trying to find Marañon. Gets past Mitchell. Pulls it back. And Kaya still alive here. Despite the wave of attacks, the wave of pressure coming from United. Schrock. Referees not interested in the calls for handball, but Schrock wins it back anyway. He continues to drive forward in the middle. Simone Rota. What a clearance there.
Yeah, no nonsense defending there from Simone Rota, just putting his foot straight through the ball. And there's still about 90 seconds of play here. And United City have the ball at the halfway mark. What can they put together? Kaya FC's defence looking very organised. Seem to all have their jobs.
Playing it forward now. Talk about Stefan Schrock. They win a throw in deep yellow territory. Playing it quickly here. Becoming Nigishi. Back to Benvenido Marañon. Mike Ott in the middle. Could only find Carlisle Mitchell. Stefan Schrock now. A minute left. Now Odawara. Can they make the pressure pay? Minigishi. Back to Ott, whipping that inwards. Carlisle Mitchell with a assured header again. Can only find Odawara now. Moving it to Stefan Schrock. Schrock, the ball in, trying to find Mendy. No foul. Eventually the whistle is blown. Simone Rota on the ground after clashing with Robert Lopez Mendy. And that may be the last piece of meaningful action here.
And Stefan Schrock just lifting the ball into the box, and Kaya's defence has really held out, and you see Mendy there just leaning over the defender of Kaya FC. So it's been a long day in the office for the back four of Kaya, but they've done an excellent job to contain United City, especially in the second half as they reintroduced their starting 11 just to contain them to the one goal.
Not long now, already past the prescribed 4 minutes. Last chance saloon here for United. Maikot cleared away by Daniels, and that will be it. United, they are the champions of the league, but absorbed their very first loss in 2 years to Kaya FC on the final day of the competition, on their final day of the competition. Kaya with a pair of first half goals, getting enough over United City, who really turned it up in the second half, but still it was too little, too late. Kaya FC 2-1.
Yeah, they left it late, but they did give us the performance that we were expecting tonight, which was United City going at Kaya FC. It just happened that Kaya FC instigated the first half with what they were lacking perhaps in previous games, which was to be clinical in front of goal. With a 2-0 cushion, they managed to see out the second half. 2-1, maybe a fair reflection of the game. Take nothing away from both sides. Still a game that told and showed the two best sides in the Philippines going head-to-head.
2-1 from Kaya, who inflict United City their first loss as a newly rebranded club. And if you include the reign of Ceres Negros FC, that means they absorbed their first loss since 2018. Daniels and Mitchell, the goal scorers for Kaya. Manny Ott, the lone goal scorer for United. It's a disappointing end to the season for United, but you know what? They'll still end up partying tonight. They'll lift the trophy when we return. For it, Kaya FC with the opener, and Chiro Daniels burned him for pace. Great hitter! Third goal for UCFC, and the leader Sanders of UCFC. Robert Lopez down into the scoreboard for that goal. Hits the crossbar, and a lovely
weighted pass or a lovely weighted shot into the path of Robert Lopez Mendy. Busy. I like his faces so that one. And have patience, Jing. There's the first goal! Lovely ball from Montalivano! 1-0! Maharlika Manila's first goal in the Philippines Football League, tucked away by Jose Montalivano. Great pass. Boyer, wide open. Touch and strike that son. Goal for Maharlika Manila! His first chance, and they've taken the lead. Wow. Substitute Jeremy Doyer has put Maharlika Manila in front.
Definitely such a proud moment to be part of, especially for the PFF organization, to be able to pull this off regardless of all the factors surrounding.
For Daipuyat. All set to begin proceedings, and we are underway at the PFF National Training Center. United City FC playing from right to left. Away by Custodio. Galantes, lovely little touch.
Chance for a quick transition, but OJ quick there on the defense, forced the foul.
That's the first booking of the match on OJ Porteria. That
Kainoa Bailey on the ball.
Bailey. Pintus. Strong hands there. And got a scuffle here. Ivan Wano, Pintus, and Rentina are actually pretty good friends. Schrock recovers. Oh, Schrocky with a cross.
From Schrock.
So it's with Mendy, who could not get solid contact.
Could have had a better touch to that. But you could see that confidence of Schrock on that right flank, quickly able to turn around, get a cross in, finds Mendy in the far post. Just couldn't get that touch to the ball.
Back to Marañon. Porteria is in the middle together with Mendy. Mike Ott fires and he scores! Mike Ott with the opener. And he gives UCFC the lead, 1-0 against ADT. What a strike from Mikey.
Quality performance, quality shot by Mike Ott. The setup was beautiful and perfect. You can see that he gets it mid-air. And that final touch that we were talking about, there we have it. That opening goal puts UCFC up 1-0. He hits it mid-air. Slots it in perfectly at the back of the net.
Manny Ott, Marañon. Go to Porteria. OJ meets Harvey there. Marañon taking one touch. But that was, I think, Lingbo getting in the way there.
And you could see that pace of OJ Porteria really just outrunning Gayoso on that left flank. Cut back, gets it.
In the area. Gayoso offside, saved anyway by Pintus, but
best chance we've seen so far from ADT.
Trying to release Mendy, but Custodio is there. Kemerad Clears that one away. Oh, collision there between Durin and Dutusme. A nice sportsmanship between the two players there.
You could really see both of them going all out, trying to get possession of that ball. Turin and Dutosme.
Nobody was pulling
No
out
one
of that.
was backing down from that challenge.
Custodio, Durin here. Nice ball to Bailey on the right. Let's see what he does here. Bailey inside the area. Wano was the intended target for the ADT. Great ball here from Bailey.
The speed of Bailey finding that connection of Owano in the middle, really forcing that moment with Odawara. Definitely 50-50.
The delivery. The Tusme was able to get a touch. Oh! Heavy challenge.
And the physicality up on top. Owano really causing troubles.
That was Ott, I believe. And Schrock was not happy. Let's take a look at this again. It was Manny Ott, and that's
Angeles.
That's Marvin Angeles, and he quickly acknowledges it and on the ball that is being used before actually put it there in an area where players can take it. As Bailey with another late challenge. That's a second booking.
Definitely a yellow there. As he loses the ball, studs out. Feet first, straight at the Tosme. He was lucky to get away with just a yellow.
Putting pressure. No, Porteria is away. OJ. But Matthew Custodio seems to have done enough there. Let's see this again. Custodio was already behind. Yeah.
Definitely a foul there.
Definitely a foul, but not a penalty. Lingbo. Ocampo could not get to the pass. A whistle. Ott comes away with it. Ooh! That's a straight red. Wow. A dangerous challenge from... Could not stop his momentum there. And referee Clifford Daipuyat immediately... Odds were out on Lingbo. Wow. No hesitation there from referee Clifford Daipuyat. So Lingbo is okay. Yosa with a delivery. Oh, good save by Pintos on that header. Looks like it was Lance Ocampo came up with a header there. Let's check this one again. Gayoso with the delivery. Oh, they get a break here. Rontini finds Ocampo. Back to Rontini. Rontini with the cross, trying to find Ozuka. Doreen is there. Oh, big save by Pinthus. Carlo Doreen somehow getting a shot off. And that near post took a deflection, but Pinthus quick reactions.
Few moments that Pinthus has been tested and he's come out big.
It's cleared away. Here comes Marañon. Trying to find Mendy. On the counter attack. Mendy. Ayoso. Benigishi with the strike. It's saved. Porteria. Off his left foot. Does ADT have enough time here to equalize?
Referee ready to blow his whistle at any moment now.
And that's it. That's the final whistle. So United City FC pick up the 3 points that they had to fashion it out the hard way. First half strike from Mike Ott, giving Coach Frank Muescan, Stefan Schrock,
What a strike! Forteria still. Forteria with a great pass! It's the opener!
Welcome to the 2020 Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways. The champions will now formally be crowned, and it is United City FC who ran away with the title.
Before we proceed to award our champions the PFL trophy, we shall first recognize
the Golden Boot Award to the league's top goal scorer.
Bienvenido Marañón, the top goal scorer this season, awarded the Golden Boot. Of course, congratulations for Bienvenido, who is also expecting the birth of his first child. He'll be going back to Cadiz in Spain on Wednesday to be able to be there for that occasion. So not only is he leaving here with a trophy, but he's going home to a child. Anthony Pintus on loan from ADT, hugging his roommate and team captain, Stefan Schrock. A lot of questions were asked since Roland Mueller left Ceres and did not join United City, but he has definitely came up big in his stead.
Yeah, it's good to see young players getting their recognition as well. Played the majority of the SEA Games games, if not all, and deservedly there, collecting his individual award.
Captain of the best team in Philippine football. Captain of the national team. And once again, the 2020 Golden Ball Award winner, Stefan Schrock.
Yeah, he's led his team well, led them to this championship, both on and off the pitch, and of course steering United City through to the qualifications outright of the AFC Champions League. We're very proud to be part of this moment, to see local Philippine football and United City take our football to the next level.
And no real surprise, really, that the individual awards were dominated by United City FC. And almost a picture there of the present and the future of Philippine football when you have Stefan Schrock, who has been an icon for Philippine football, and Anthony Pintos, who's quickly making a rise as one of the most dependable keepers in the region.
Yes, and between them and the rest of the United City squad and coaching staff have really put on a show for us in these 5 games. And we go over now to the business side of the event.
Of course, United City, newly formed just this year off the ashes of what was Seres Negros, bringing back the core of their players together. Again, Seres Negros FC, their management handed the reins over to their founder, Eric Goschok. And Goschok has been involved in Philippine football for years and years, and now the opportunity to create United City and continue the winning legacy of Seres Negros. He has definitely come up with a team worthy of that legacy.
And it's taken time to reach this level of club football. There have been other teams that have put together amazing squads that have got through to the pre-qualifiers, and of course just over the years of Ceres, and now it carried on through United City, and of course joined by Kaya as well at AFC level, and the points equation of the development of the Ascals at international level. It's a privilege to see United City Football Club join what is Asia's biggest competition in the Asian Champions League. It's a whole different level of football. We've seen the quality of just the qualifiers, so what more to be there amongst the best players in Asia?
Well, this is a team not just formed of former Ceres players. You also have young stars growing before our very eyes. You have Pocholo Bugas, who has recently played in the UAAP, who has ended up with an MVP for the Baby Tams, and now cutting us straight here for UCFC. And remember, this is not a team that's even complete in terms of staff. Their coach Trevor Morgan not here due to visa issues, so it's Frank Muescan who has guided this team to their first title under the name United City FC. And I heard that Frank Muescan makes a mean chicken, according to our friends at Elf Tupas. So if you haven't heard, Frank's is the place to be, especially for Inasal. Nothing dampening the celebrations here for United City FC. The Philippines here are your champions. The 2020 Philippines Football League, powered by Qatar Airways.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we call on to the mini stage United City Football Club CEO and owner, Mr. Eric Gottschalk, and Philippine Football Federation President, Mr. Mariano Araneta Jr., for the ceremonial awarding of the Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways, trophy and exchange of tokens.
So Eric Gottschalk, the CEO and founder of United City, presenting a jersey, the kit, the first championship kit for UCFC, to Sir Mariano Araneta, Nonong Araneta of the PFF, as well as a pennant, and of course the trophy as well. Again, extraordinary circumstances here in the Philippines, within the PFL bubble. So it is a bit different from what we're used to, but still the achievement is still as high. And our Commissioner Coco Torre coming over to help the transition to award the trophy to Eric Goschok and United City FC. Don't worry, eventually the players will get their hands on the trophy as well. And Coco Torre there to deliver it. Pocholo Bugas, one of their youngest members of the team, delivering the trophy. United City FC, your 2020 Philippines Football League champions. They were dominant. They were ruthless. They have earned this. Despite the pandemic, despite the extraordinary circumstances, they have proven time and time again, game in and game out, they are the gold standard of club football in the Philippines.
There's never a greater feeling to see a season come to an end, knowing that you were the team to beat and that you produced some of the best football, as you said, considering the circumstances. They look like a team which never left the field, and you can just see there how much this trophy means to the players, and of course the sacrifices, being away from their families, from their children for so long in this PFL bubble. This will be a very sweet moment that these players will savour for many, many, many years to come.
It's also PFF President Sir Nonong Araneta's birthday today, so it feels like he's the one giving away the gift, the trophy, to UCFC. As you mentioned, right now, they are the gold standard for Philippine club football. And I'm sure most of the teams here involved in the PFL and those who want to be part of the PFL in the future understand and realize that this is the team to beat. How do you close the gap? Well, the management of all the teams out there, all the players as well, are asking that very same question. They will represent the Philippines in the Champions League of the AFC, and what worthy representatives they are.
And there's been a huge amount of respect shown for the work that United City have done. As you said, setting the standard. There's a lot of players who are being inspired, a new generation of footballers coming through who look up to this team, and they really are the champions of the Philippines. They deserve to be. They will be celebrating tonight and of course taking a well-deserved rest from football until we return, but when we do return they will be there and they will still be a force to reckon with as they strengthen, as you said, for our first outing in the Champions League. What an incredible, incredible moment for Philippine football.
The champions have been crowned, but there's still one more match to be played. San Saguna will take on Mendiola FC 1991 as the league and the bubble finally draws to a close. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight as we celebrate the champions of the Philippines. And thank you very much for joining us through this entire journey, this remarkable event in the PFL bubble. Congratulations to everyone involved, from everyone in the broadcast to all of the match officials and those who have done everything they could do to make sure that this bubble run as smoothly. Congratulations to Mr. Coco Torre, the commissioner, for putting this all together, and all the help we have received from the DOH and the GAB, the Games and Amusement Board of the Philippines, and the Department of Health, for all the regulations to make sure that this bubble was conducted as safely as possible. Until the last match day, until the next season, thank you very much for joining us. Once again, my name is Paulo Del Rosario, alongside my partner Darren Hartman, and on behalf of our production crew here, thank you very much, and we hope to see you next time.